All praises, all honor, all glory be unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to all AHCHYAM doing and pushing his word. And all honesty, truth, and sincerity worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. Salakia, let me lower this down real quick. And then, there we go. Let me, so yeah, this one is going into why do you keep avoiding the elect, God's elect, okay? Everybody who reads these script, well, let me say it like this. Those wacky-tacky plantation Christians put it that everybody who's reading this book and believes in JC is going to be saved. Now, when you read the scriptures, it's not so, okay? It tells you quite different, okay? It tells you that the elect are going to be saved, all right? Let me get into something here real quick. Actually, you know what? Do that real quick. Yeah. So going back into this, his elect is going to do this work. His elect are the ones speaking in the scriptures that are going to be saved. In the scriptures, Salaki, in the scriptures is speaking about his elect being saved. It's not talking about the whole world. It's not talking about 300,000 people, 1,000,000 people. It's only talking about the 144 and their family. Okay? That multitude. It's not talking about anything else than that. So the question is, to all you, wicked ass, wacky tacky plantation Christians, why do you guys keep avoiding the Lord's elect? Okay? When you know and you go through these scriptures, the only ones who are going to be saved is his elect. Okay? So let's get into this real quick. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 8. For by grace ye are saved through faith, and not Slakia, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God. Okay? And it truly is a gift to know this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Okay? These people out here, they don't know. They're walking around blind, dead, deaf, and you get to see what the Lord has in store for the future for this place. That's truly a gift, okay? That's really the one of the best things in the world, man, is that you have that foresight. The prophets in old were called seers, right? Because they were able to foresee what was going to happen, because it was written right there. It was given to them from Yahweh YAHWASHI, and that's it, man. But right now we have grace, and you know what grace is. If the bank comes to you and says, "Look, you got 30 days to pay off, you got 100 days, you got a year to pay off this," that's a grace period, okay? If they come to you and they say, "Look, we're going to take your house, but we're going to give you a grace period for a year to get up to your accounts, get all paid up." Or even say, you're in behind with a landlord or something, they take you to court, and then the court says, "Look, we're going to give you, we'll give you 7 months to clear up everything. And after that 7 months, if you fuck up, or if it's not cleared by that 7 months, then, we got to move on it, So you have that grace period, all right? So while that grace period is open, while that door is open, you're supposed to giddy up, do this work, okay? There's something else I wanted. 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. And we're seeing all those effects and signs right now, because he told us, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. The heathen are dismayed at them, right? And part of the things that we're seeing in the signs of the heavens, the constellations aligning, obviously the chariots. Okay, that's one major thing. So all these things we're not dismayed at, okay, because it's already written about. As a matter of fact, when you go up, it tells you measure out the time diligently, right? So these things we already have an understanding of through the scriptures. Okay, and we know that we're in the end because all these signs are kicking in, all these prophecies. Verse 7, that and and every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Okay, so an individual who has faith in this, they're gonna believe the testimony. They're gonna follow after the testimony. They're gonna study to show themselves approved. They're gonna do all those things to maintain their crown, striving for the crown lawfully, right? So these people are gonna have their works. What's their works? Being out there on the highways and byways, making these videos, walking in the stead that you're supposed to walk. Remember Mark chapter, was that 9 and 7? This is my well-beloved son. Hear him. So we're following after the commandments of YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI. And we're keeping that all by faith, okay? And we're doing our works, okay? And the scriptures say that what? I'll show you my work, show you my faith by my works. So when we go on the highways and byways and we tell you this message, this testimony, okay, we're showing our faith, okay? We're not ashamed of this gospel, okay? So that is basically a promise that the Lord left within the scriptures here. If you're constantly going through these scriptures, constantly doing what you're supposed to do, rehearsing the righteous acts, trying to do this to the best of your ability, and you have your works and you have your faith, then continue on, man. Try to see whichever other angle that you could strengthen on. Pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that's what a faithful man will be doing. It told you also that Noah, he moved with that fear, because right here tells you, Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 7, by faith, see that? By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things, Salakia, by faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, right? And that's what we did. Once we heard this word and it actually sunk in, and you actually start to realize what was at hand and what's going on, that fear start to ring, had your ears burning, okay? So let's go into something real quick, going back to the elect. How come they don't talk about the elect, right? It's as if the elect don't exist. Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect, you see that? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay? So the Lord is out here doing this for whose sake? For the elect, those ones who have that faith. Right now that they see the grace, the door of grace opened up, they come running. Isn't it not written also too? Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarry to turn to the Lord. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. And put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So men of faith, men of understanding don't know, move quickly, move with that fear, like Noah, because we realize, look, this devil, it's so hot out here, man. This devil, he's coming down on his opposition real hard and real fast, because he knows what, he has a short time, and he's trying to hold back the elect. He's trying his very hardest. It's 144. Well, I'm trying to get 20,000 of them, or I'm gonna try and get 30,000 of them. And that's why you have people like Vocab out there. And these other Judas goats, wolves in sheep clothing. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay. Verse 24, for there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, see, this is the part where I was just mentioning about the 144 and they read these scriptures, they know. So they're saying to themselves, how do I get the souls of these men? How do I get the souls of these guys? How do I distract them enough, that they don't walk into that grace door, open up that door of grace and start and go on to their ministry, before they start speaking the words of Yahweh. How could I hold them back, So going back into this, for there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and we're seeing that all over the world. We're seeing that all over the world, man. There's this guy I seen just the other day screaming out, "Well, he's King David." Man, look, hey man, let me just continue. And shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible, okay? It's not possible. The Lord has his men, okay? Yep, from the beginning they were chosen. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4, let me just do this. Yep. Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 4, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by YAHAWASHI HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, in whom, verse 11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So this is after the counsel of the Most High, YAHAWAH YAHWASHI's will. Okay? Oh yeah, gotta get throw that in there. But anyways, so going back into this, the elect were already chosen before the foundation of the world. They're already chosen to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And he did it because what? After the counsel of his own will. Okay? That's why it says back in Matthew chapter 24, for the elect's sake, right? Because he's coming back to redeem his men. As a matter of fact, that should be on the list. Oh, that's not on the list? What? Did they make the list? Let me throw it on the list. Throw it on the list right here real quick. Because we know what it says, Matthew chapter 24. And hold up a second. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 31, Salakia. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And back then, right, as you could say, this word didn't exactly reach the four winds, the four corners of the earth. As it tells you back down here in 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And when you go into that word world, it goes into oikomen, okay? Let's go into it real quick. Come on, man. Bring it up. Bring it up. Oikomen, right there. That's the whole inhabited earth, okay? So, let me jump back into here. Back to 31. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So you have to understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, once his return cometh, right, He's going to send his angels, as the scripture said, to gather together his elect from the four corners, four winds of the earth. All right. So it's all about the elect. It's not about, you know, these other people out here, you know, these other nations out here, let alone, you know, yeah, let alone these nations out here. He doesn't care about these nations out here. Okay. Who's he care about? He cares about his elect. Okay. Let me get two up. 1 Corinthians, Baruch. So the Lord isn't, you know, looking for these nations, and on top of that too, I must say, even in the house of Israel, right? He's not coming to gather the whole of Israel. After, you know, everybody's laid down, basically laid out flat, and when we set everything up proper, then, you know, repopulation to our kingdom. Okay. So let's check this out here real quick. What I want to get real quick here. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, which you have, seer, to be able to see what the Lord is writing here, to have that vision, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away onto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Now, going back into this, you know, these people in the world keep talking about, you know, the Gentiles. It means different nation, people, this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, it's talking about those Israelites, calling themselves the two-thirds. You know, calling yourself an American, calling yourself whatever, Canadian, however it may be, right? You were following after a different fashion. You were drinking a different wine. Now you got the right wine. Now you got the right fashion, right? Because the Lord put that spirit back into you to know who you are. So in past times, you were walking as a Gentile, and that's another cut to these idiots. How could a natural-born Israelite walk as a Gentile? That obviously shows you that, yeah, when you go into that word, it's really telling you that this is a fucking heathenistic Israelite, man. An Israelite who's keeping law, statutes, commandments of somebody else, willingly or unwillingly. Meaning, they grew up in that land, they were born in that land, and they didn't know nothing about this or that. They're Israelite, right? And they took on the customs and manners of those people, even looking like those people sometimes, you know. Well, you know, the Lord scattered us around all people. So if somebody's in China, right, so-called China, land of Moab, right, and they're an Israelite, and they don't know, and they're looking like a Moabite, you know, hey, but guess what? The Lord, YAHAWASHI, brought this word onto the lost, onto the scattered, the ones that are in these other nations, okay? So now, going back to a natural-born Israelite, right? How could a natural-born Israelite, how could you look at him and say, you know that you were Gentiles carried away onto these dumb idols? Were Gentiles? It's supposed to be Israelite, you know? So anyways, going back into this, so we'll hit it up right here. Baruch chapter 2 and verse 29. Yeah, 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. See, so that's why we don't, you know, these other guys, black Israelites. First of all, we're not black, we're different shades of brown. And Israelites are going to be scattered all over the place, like I said, in the land of Moab, okay? The land of Ham, all right? All this bullshit about black, only Israelites. Like, what about the devil that went and sowed tears around us? What about in the time of slavery, where the master would go and pop the nigger woman? Next thing you know, she has a baby. Now that baby grows up amongst his own peers, light skin as they would call it, right? And then he get a black woman, go pop her. Now those are tears. Those are chocolate Edomites. Those are G-mans. Those are a bunch of G-mans. Little G-mans running around. Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before me, before Yahweh, YAHWASHI. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you could go into 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and check that out. And they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. So, I want to see if I want to end.
As thou spakest by thy servant.
Hey, what the hell? I don't make an everlasting covenant, their God, and they shall remove people no more. Will I drive my people Israel, the land that I have given them. Right. So going back into this, we were scattered amongst all these nations. So it's clear that you could have been walking as a Gentile, keeping up as a Gentile, doing these Gentile things, being in a Gentile state of mind, being in that heathenistic state of mind. But the Lord returned onto you this gift to realize who you are. So now you're walking in that light. Now you're walking in presence. Okay? Oh, yeah, let's get that real quick. Too highly. Luke chapter 18 and verse 7. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? Okay? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Yes, because the elect are going to be keeping that faith. The elect are the ones, and it's going to be so tight, it's going to be so ruggy, it's as if he can't find faith on the earth. But he will find faith on the earth, because why? His men are going to keep it. Remember, the love of many, because that iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So as you're stepping away more and more and more, away from the ways of Yahawah Shem Yahushai, of course it's going to seem thin. It's going to seem like, yo, where's faith? All I look around and I see is pure violence, pure fuckery, pure folly. What is that? Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 6. That folly is set in great dignity, man. Okay? But the only ones who are going to hold on, this is why he shall avenge them. The only ones that are going to hold on and stand so stiffly is that elect. Okay? Those who stood so stiffly for the name of Yahawah Shem Yahushai. Now, something I read back here about elect, crying day and night. Okay, yeah, well, maybe I have it down here. Yeah, let's go to this real quick. I think. Is this it? Yeah, but this wasn't what I was looking for. It's lucky. 1 second. Go back to Luke 18, 7. Okay, yeah. Crown to him day and night. Yep, that's the one that I wanted. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Okay? So when you go back to Luke, and it's telling you that, which cry day and night unto him, that's us. As a matter of fact, isn't that written in Isaiah? Give him no rest. till he establish and make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yep, right here. These are the elect, man. These are the elect, okay? That should be crowned with a crown of glory in the hand of Yahweh. Okay, let me just continue. Let me not spear off, okay? Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. See? Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. See? Going back to Luke. And I will give him no, and give Slakia, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Okay? So that's what the elect is going to do. Okay? This is for the elect. Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 8. We'll wind down here. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for a few. For a few. See? That's it. There be many created, but few shall be saved. And who's that? Okay? That's the elect. Alright? So let's wind it down. Let's wind it down. Jeremiah.
Another thing, you got guys that want all kinds of rank because they just want to be acknowledged as being an elder. Just wait till the Lord raise you up.
Yep. It's like I'm hearing the apostle elder in the background. You know. Because, hey, I can't upload no music. I can't find a music to play. Nothing in the background. So, hey, there's the best music right there. You know, there's the best music right there. So, they can't get me no copyright strike. They can't be like, hey, you're copying. No, that's my apostle elders. That's one of my spiritual fathers. So fuck you, YouTube. So anyways, let's go back into this. Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 22. And like I said, that's the best music. Sing unto Yahawah. Psalms 96, right? Sing unto Yahawah a refresh song. And this is being refreshed right now. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 15, the Lord required that which is past, man. Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 22. Return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahawah, for thou art Yahawah our power. Okay? And we know that. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 10, right? But who's going to be doing this? This is the elect, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? Okay? And that's only a spot for the elect. That's not for the rest of the world. Okay? Yep, Psalms, let's get that. You true kings and judges of the earth, man. Okay?
So I mean pretty much that's it, you know.
Actually, where did I start from there? Revelation. Let's get Revelation up here as well.
Just want to be, you know, committed to, you know, the video.
What I want? Revelation 2. Oh, yeah. Okay. Slakia. Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Okay, going back to 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Okay, serve Yahawah with fear. Serve Yahawah with fear and rejoice with trembling. Right? Because you got this gift, okay? You got this gift. And, you know, yours is the kingdom of heaven, man. As long as you hold with that faith and you do your works, you know, try your best, like the Lord said to do. A lot of people want to put too much stress, try to be over righteous and all this stuff. The Lord seeth you, man. Okay? The Lord seeth you. Just like what the Apostle Elder was just talking about. You know, a lot of these guys want fame and big names and want to rise to higher heights. And, hey, be careful. The you know, all of that comes with more, what's the word? Responsibility, man. Okay? Revelation chapter 2. And the elect right now are being tried. Going through fire. Right? So they'll be able to pass right judgment. Okay? Not these 2/3. 2/3 are just dying over nothing. Okay? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Slakia. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end. See that? My works unto the end. To him I will give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. You know, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. So the elect are going to be the ones on that top chief tier, you know, in Israel. You know, the 144. Everybody's going to be like, obviously YAHAWAH, right? King David, right? But his elect, why do you guys keep avoiding the elect? Okay? There's promises in these scriptures for the elect. Okay? Not for the rest of the world. Just for the elect. So we're going to get some scriptures up here. Let me line them up. Sirach, Acts. Okay, let's get Acts. Acts, chapter 2. Oh, no, Acts chapter 4 and 12. Let's line it up. Now we go, where's GV? Sirach. Let's get all the ones in Sirach, because I want to line it up. The elect shall praise his holy name. Let's go to Revelation, since we're here. Put this Revelation chapter 4. All right, 7 and 4. And let's go to Sirach 47 and work our way down. Sirach chapter 47 and verse 22. But the Lord will never leave off his mercy, neither shall any of his works perish, neither will he abolish the prosperity of his elect. Wow. And the seed of him that loveth him he will not take away. Wherefore he give a remnant unto Jacob, elect, and out of him a root unto David. But going back into this, he will not abolish the prosperity of his elect. He has an elect? Yeah, he has an elect. Okay? He has an elect that he gave his holy name to. Alright? And much more. Sirach, what the hell? Sirach chapter 17 verse 6. Counsel and a tongue and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand. Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil. He set his eye upon their hearts, La'ab, that he might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. Now, does that sound like the whole world? That's not the whole world. Okay? I should have read verse 5. But that's not the whole world. Okay? Because the whole world is not declaring his acts. Okay? His marvelous acts, Salakia, do not show forth his doctrine with understanding. They're doing none of that. Verse 10, and the elect, see that? His elect. And the elect shall praise his holy name. That's why, lining up, Acts chapter 4 and 12, neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Let me read that again. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Okay? And that name is YAHAWASHI, right? You got to know those names, man. And more than likely, if you don't know those names, you probably preaching some other Yahawashi Mashiach. Okay? Anyways, these people, they're slack of understanding. This is why these pork chop pastors, they keep avoiding the elect. Conversations come about the elect, they totally avoid it. They swing it another way. Oh, it means this, it means that. No, this is not really. Da, 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 da. They swindle out of it, man. They push you aside and don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You are to worry about that because according to the scriptures, that's the only ones who are going to be saved. The last scripture, Revelation chapter 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were 100, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And the funny thing is, you ask these people, what tribe you from? They don't know what. You know who I'm talking about. The scaly 48ers. Fort Hattas. 48 Hattas. 48 Hattas. Them people there. You ask them what tribe you from. They don't know. Fucking idiots, man. But anyways, as you can see in the scriptures, it tells you that. Let me read it one more time. Revelation chapter 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 140, 144,000 of all the children, of all the tribes of the children of Israel, not the rest of the world. Okay? There's something real quick that came to mind. Was it Zechariah? Where's that thing still on? Yup. See? And it shall come to pass that in the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Now you see that 2 parts, you fucking Israelites, you bug outs. What does it say there? 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So that 1/3 is going into the 144. They're the ones who are going to be saved. They're the ones who are going to be refined. And I will bring the third through the part of, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. And you're right, Yahawah, YAHAWASHI is our power. Okay? So, and it even tells you, with this fire here, that's right now we're being, like I said, we're being purged, right? We're being purged to be able to make this proper judgment, to be proper judges, that 144, to be proper kings, okay? So when the Lord is bringing you through this hell, these trials, this tribulation, that is accounted as fire. Let me get a scripture on that real quick, because it tells us in actually right here. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. There's another one that actually said silver. Let me see something real quick. Psalms or Proverbs. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know how much time silver shows up? Holy. Yo, silver shows up so much times, man. I gotta see how much time silver shows up. Yeah, the finer pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold. But Yahweh trieth the hearts. See that? Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Okay? Because when you, I know about this too, because I deal with here, there's a finer's pot for silver, and the furnace for gold. So is a man to his praise. Right? We're being tried, man. Okay? Gather me also silver and gold. Well, anyways, going back into this. Yeah, when you have silver, it might say stamped 525, 925, gold 10, 14, 18, 22, 24. 24 being the purest, and 925 being almost like sterling silver, whatever, 99.9, right? But when you go down to 14 karat gold and stuff, that has dross in it. Okay, so what you do is you heat it up, you take your graphite stick, you keep swirling in the gold, knock it off, boop, boop, boop. You take your little hammer, you knock the graphite stick, go back in, get some more. After 15 minutes, do it again, boop, boop, and that's how you refine it to become pure. Now that's what the Lord is doing to us. He's sending us through situation after situation after situation, and we're holding our faith. So we're being tried as gold in the fire, okay? And Lord willing that we be of that number, that elect, okay? So, hey, it's not much more to say, but why don't they talk about the elect? Why do you keep avoiding God's elect? Okay? And with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahawah. BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. BAHASHAM RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the AHCHYAM doing and pushing his word in the four corners in all honesty, truth, and sincerity. And a sincere shalom to the elect. And, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. Wa abad babal. Shalom.